guys, me Levi here. I thought that I said I was trans, but when I was editing I realized I didn't, but I am, and my pronouns are he, him. Welcome to my first video. So if you guys didn't know already, most of my videos are going to be about scary stories, story times that I've had. If you guys want to tell me story times that you have had, things that I've just read, things that I've heard, maybe off of TikTok or something like that, I will be telling you guys about those. So today, just today, I'm going to be talking about two different stories. One of them happened in Virginia. That's where I live, so that's great, right? Now, I am not going to say these are 100% true, but I'm not going to say that they're fake either, because I don't know. I don't know the people that made or the people that actually researched these stories. I don't know them, so I don't know if they're true or not, so don't come at me. This was kind of this person's fault if they're lying to people just to scare them. So I have the story on my phone right here, and let me pull it back up. Ooh. Just need to pull it up real quick. Okay. So this happened in a place called Fairfax, and it happened in the county of Fairfax, so Fairfax County, and it happened in Clifton in Fairfax County. So this says the true story of the bunnyman, Northern Virginia's most gruesome urban legend. So when it says urban legend, I know majority of the time that means that it is not real, it is just made up, but I don't honestly know. Sometimes people take real stories and make an urban legend out of it, and stuff like that. So on the beginning it says, on Halloween night, don't go near the bridge in Clifton. You could get snuffed out by the bunnyman. Now, I don't know who the bunnyman was, like under costume, or I don't even know who made up this story. I have no idea, but if I do research it and I do find something, I will insert it in this video. So I will also insert an image of what the bridge looks like, and I don't know if you can see, but in the image it says no trespassing, which is already creeping me out. So this says, I am under the bridge in Clifton, Fairfax County, listening to an Amtrak train speeding by overhead. So I'm guessing that there is a train on top of this bridge. I can't really see it in this image. I don't know if it's on top of the bridge or if it's like beside the bridge. Maybe when I read into it more, it might tell me more. I read this yesterday, but I already forgot. Some would say I'm putting my life at risk right now, and not only by lingering near a railroad tracks, according to the local lore. So he's close to the railroad tracks, so I don't think that means it's on top of the bridge, but we're not sure. This bridge is one of the most dangerous locations in Northern Virginia. Hang around here at midnight on Halloween and you could be butchered by the bunnyman. I don't want to, so I don't think I'm gonna go here at midnight or at all. So this bridge is where I met journalist Matt Blaze. He heard the bunnyman legend as a teenager growing up in Fairfax County. The story, as he tells it, is that in 1904, there was an asylum not far from this bridge. Now, I am not sure if there was an asylum. I've never been there, so, you know. Clifton residents don't like the idea of mental patients near their new homes. So when I say this, I'm guessing that it means that they're gonna have to move to a different asylum, because, like, I guess homes are around this bridge and they don't like if somebody breaks out. They just don't want anybody to break into their house, you know. So they got it shut down, and all of the patients were taken by Lorton Prison, Why were they taken to prison if they were in a mental health place? Like, that makes no sense. Like, if you're mentally unstable, you should not be in a prison because you are going to hurt someone, and because your mind is not right, so you're not going to even know what you're doing. I kind of refuse to believe this because what they said, I don't know why they're going to go from an asylum to a prison. I don't know. Then the bus swerved and crashed. Bliss says they were able to locate all the inmates that were on the bus except for one. The escaped mental patient was named Douglas Griffin. Okay, here's her name. After the crash, he disappeared. Weeks passed, and rabbit corpses began appearing in the woods. Douglas was apparently eating bunnies to stay alive. Do you have something to cook these bunnies with? Or are you just like tearing their skin off? Are you cooking them? Or are you just like picking up a bunny and cutting it and then eating it? Ugh, no. This went on for a while. Then one Halloween night, a group of kids? Why are kids? A group of kids were hanging around the bridge. There's no parents. They're just letting kids go down to the bridge by themselves. They're reporting seeing some sort of bright light or orb. Liz says, and then in a flash, they'd all been strung up like the bunnies, gutted and hanging from the bridge. The missing mental patient was of course assumed to be the killer. And the rumor goes, if you come here on Halloween night at midnight, you end up like those kids and those bunnies, Liz says. And I think that this is a story that a man had read that somebody else had wrote, and then supposedly, I'm pretty sure he like researched and he went there himself and actually seen what happened. So I think that's what we're getting to now. This all sounds unlikely for someone there was never an asylum in Clifton, and for another, 1904 was an awfully early time for buses to be on the roads. Yeah, my mind did not process this until this man just said this. But it's been said that every urban legend is based on a kernel of truth. And Brian Conley, is the guy who set out to find the truth. Conley is an archivist for the Fairfax County government. In the 1990s, he worked for the county's library system as a historian, and people kept coming in asking if the bunnyman was real. I would be asking too. We simply got tired of having to say, I don't know, Conley says. So Conley started digging, and he found what he calls the bunnyman legend. Here's what he discovered in 1970. A couple was parked in a driveway not far from the train overpass when they had a terrifying encounter. Someone appeared very quickly, yelled something having to do with trespassing, and threw a hatchet in the car. Conley explains they did not get a very good look at the person. Wait. Photos that I've seen of this bunny man, he's wearing a whole bunny suit. He has a mask on his face. How are you going to see his expression? I don't know. All they got was dressed in white or light-colored clothing and may or may not have had something on his head. When the story made the papers, that something on his head became bunny ears. From there, the archivist says that the story started to morph quickly. Within a few years, children were swapping stories about the man in the bunny suit chasing kids through the woods with a hatchet. This version, journalist Matt Bliss heard involved a guy eating bunnies like a game of telephone. The story went from one person to another, taking on increasingly imaginative details. Today, the bunnyman legend has traveled far beyond Fairfax County. There are bunnyman t-shirts, bunnyman beer, and bunnyman horror movie franchise. As Conley's research on the true story of the bunnyman has circulated online, some refuse to believe he's telling the truth. These are people out there that are convinced that the story, all it is told, is true. Conley says, and that myself in Fairfax County are trying to cover something up. When it's fun debunking the bunnyman legend, Conley says it's even more fun to believe it. So I think he's maybe saying that it's not true. I'm not sure. But that is terrifying. So I don't know if this is true. I just wanted to talk about it because this is terrifying. Okay? So the next story I'm going to be talking about is a story that I read in a book that I got from a book fair, I think, a couple years ago. And I remember it in my mind because it terrified me and I couldn't go to sleep. So, yeah. So it pretty much starts off as this girl and her mother goes to an antique store just to look, going into the town, looking at stuff. So they walk into an antique store. When they get in there, they can't really find anything that they find interesting, but as soon as they're about to leave, her daughter sees a clown puppet that she loves. Her mother looks at the price tag. It's not that expensive. So she's like, hand it to me, we'll go buy it. So she goes up to the desk, and the woman says, don't buy this. People have had bad experiences. The mother says, then why do you have it out and a price tag on it? The woman said, they wouldn't let me not sell it. The mother refused and she said, I'm going to buy this, because her daughter started to cry. She bought the puppet, and the woman said, you shouldn't, but go ahead. The mother buys it, thinks nothing about it. She thinks this woman is just crazy. So she goes home, and her daughter plays with the puppet all day long. So she leaves it on the couch, the puppet on the couch when it's time to go to bed. So she goes upstairs, gets a bath. Her mother tucks her in, kisses her on the head, leaves the room. Her mother goes to bed, and they wake up the next morning. They go downstairs, the puppet's still where it is, and the daughter says bye to the puppet, goes to school. So school's over. The daughter comes back from school to home. She gets a snack, she sits on the couch, plays with her clown puppet. So nighttime comes around once again, and the daughter says, Mom, can I take this puppet upstairs with me? Her mom says, yes, sure, why not? So the daughter takes the puppet upstairs. Her mom goes in the room with her, tucks her in once again, kisses her on the head, does the same routine as she did last night, says I love you, leaves the room. The mother goes to sleep, and the mother gets up, fixes breakfast, because she wants to surprise her daughter because it's the weekend. She wants to fix her waffles and eggs and bacon, whatever she wants to fix her daughter. So her mother finally finishes, and she says, come down, come down. And to be completely honest, I don't remember this daughter's name. She doesn't come down. So the mother says, come down, come down. Once again, the daughter still does not answer. The mother thinks she's just sleeping in, and, it's the weekend, so she gives her a little bit, to sleep in. But she notices her daughter, it's like 1 o'clock, and her daughter still hasn't been downstairs. So breakfast is obviously cold, so she goes upstairs and finds out that her daughter's dead. And the puppet, before they bought it, was holding up 3 fingers. Now it's holding up 4. That is terrifying. That's pretty much all of the story. It didn't go into any more details. Then the daughter died. That was it. But that terrifies me to this day. I am scared out of my mind. I'm still scared. And I read the story years ago. It terrifies me still. But I guess if someone tells you not to buy something, don't buy it. Okay? Whether you think that person's crazy or not, they're probably trying to warn you not to buy it for a reason. So, if somebody tells you not to buy something, don't buy it. Okay? Okay. But please don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit that bell for every time I post. You'll get that notification. And thank you if you watched it this far. So if you guys want to come back, I will be making weekly posts. I'm not sure what day, but I definitely will be making weekly posts. I don't know how many a week, probably 1, but thank you for watching.